Hello everybody, and welcome back to Anno 1800. We're playing the campaign difficulty with expert settings. In the last episode we just started with coming back from our paradise island to the new world, only to find that our father, Samuel Good, has been marked for treason and actually has died. And so our family name is in the mud. Our evil uncle has taken over the company, Good and Sons, but we're here to start our own company, Executive Industries, building from the ground up, life of luxury, and all of that. We have currently acquired the land of Dishwater, and it's not looking too good. It's got a lot of ruins that we're trying to clean up along the way, and see how it goes. We have, in the last episode, we built a timber setup here with 4 lumber mills and some sawmills, so lumber yards and sawmills. And we also got some clothing set up. So our farmers are actually doing pretty nice. We also have some hops, some nice hops in a pub. So our farmers are doing pretty happy. However, we are still suffering a deficit, negative costs from all of these buildings that we need to offset with more workers, with more farmers. Excuse me. We also have a quest to go get workers, which we'll get to in a bit. But first, before we do all this, I want to look at offsetting this. So in the last episode, we talked about how each of these farmers is actually making us some coins. So ideally, if we got the supply up to max, we would have, I believe, 1 more coin for each one. So 8 coins on there, and another 1 here, so maybe 10 coins per farmer. And you can see here with our maintenance tab, our farmers are actually giving us about 190 gold, but our expenses have gone up with all these buildings, mainly our production buildings. All of these on here are costing us money, and we need to sort this out. So even this is costing us 10 coins there, just off. It's not even on its 20. So let us actually start this episode by increasing our workforce. So let's see, I have a plan of how I want to tackle this. What I want to do is I want to start by just kind of bringing this out a bit, and let's also take this up. There. Awesome. We want to make sure these are connected by a road. I'll let it sit for a second so you can see what happens when they're not. You can see how they get upset. I'm also going to put this in blueprint mode because I don't want to accidentally misclick and ruin things. I believe I wanted the second... Nope. That's not what I want to do. I want the second section here to be a little bit different. Again, I don't want to be going too much with the like squareness of all of these. So what I actually want to do here is leave a little gap, something like that maybe. Yeah, so you can see no connection to harbor. It needs a connection, otherwise they get mad, they get upset, and the buildings get destroyed. I've been playing for 2 hours. It's because I left it on. Get back into it. I've been trying things out on the side as well. Alright. So let us start by wrapping this, and actually, what I would like to do to make this a little cleaner is actually not have this touching, and have this be a little off, like that. And then we could just connect these up with some... these. Actually, I don't even need that one, technically, because it has access on the other side. Alright. And then I want these ones down here to kind of be connected, but also not quite. So I think this kind of looks nice, and it will leave us a little bit of room in the future to come through with these ornaments, which are all these sections here. So ornaments are everything from like putting down trees and shrubbery to things like wells, which look kind of neat. So we can actually drop a well, maybe like, I don't know, like here. We can see what that looks like here. So ornaments just kind of spruce up the place a little bit. There's also tons of the stuff from the Ubisoft Club about you know, fountain squares and the tributes and, you know, promenades, things like that. Christmas decorations, although Christmas is over. I'm gonna be using this a lot, the agricultural stuff. So for instance, for this we could, you know, we could put in like a log pile here, maybe a wagon just chilling right there. Stuff like this. It's just to kind of brighten up the place a little bit and give it more life to it, you know. Alright, let's keep going with this. So we're going to upgrade these and these. You notice as I'm upgrading, our numbers going down and down and down. But this is still not in the positive yet. We're still in the red. Want to bring this to the black. We're close though. I'm going to pick these up while I have space. And actually, let me go around the island and pick up the other ones. We're going to fill our total back. Ah, I shouldn't have done that one. That was a little oversupplied. Dang it. Oh. We actually have a resident quest. Let me get... Actually, wait, I wanted to do this. It's a little better. So residents can offer some quests. And we're actually in the positive now. Yay. So little things to look around for and do.
Ever wished for.
Oh, she just wants to give me a gift. Thanks. That was nice.
I doff my cap to.
Sometimes they ask you to do things, find stuff for them, etc. But they always give you something at the end, so it's worth doing those. Alright, now that our balance is swaying towards the positive, I'm going to want to continue on, and let's actually go visit my cousin over in Bright Sands. So you can see, here's where I am in Ditchwater, and here is Bright Sands. This is what we're going to end up looking like, hopefully, something close by the end of things. But he is currently leading this mob. They are not happy with Edvard. Ooh, they are disgruntled. That's him right there, leading it. So we'll talk to him real quick.
We'd rather die than stay. Our flags still wave for Samuel. Let Edvard oppress us no more.
Alright, so we're going to find some mobs here. Here's one of them. There's another one here. Actually, two. There's one down here. It looks like we also have one over... Actually, there's tons of mobs everywhere. Take your pick.
Life away from Edvard. We're on board. Only we've no ship to get on board of.
If you pick me, you may have my boat. It's my poor aunt's legacy. Her second husband was a decent sailor.
Alright, so here we have the editor. He wants to come join us. So let us pick him up. Awesome. And here is his boat.
Really, entirely marvelous to meet you. And that we may show truth, or anything, actually, in my, our broadsheet. Everybody on board? Good. I shiver at the thought of staying here another second.
What? Has your cleft of the family no shame that it now resorts to abducting my workers? The Queen's ambassador himself shall hear of this.
Abduction is a severe accusation.
And if I may, excuse me, a false one. We left Edvard quite willingly.
Pencil polishing popinjay. I should have been rid of you long ago.
I see nothing criminal. A bit of interfamilial bickering is only natural, and hardly a matter for the crown. And as for you, I have quite forgotten my manners. Sir Archibald Blake, ambassador and confidant to the Queen. Despite the circumstances, Her Majesty and I were pleased to hear of your return. Your father's death was a tragedy. We regret he never had the chance of a fair trial.
The real tragedy here is the vast funeral bill that goes unpaid, while this brat is living the life of O'Reilly.
Sadly, your uncle has indeed alerted me to some floating liabilities. I fear you have no choice but to settle them if I am to grant you your crown shipping license.
Edvard registered the debt officially.
Don't worry, that old tyrant can't hold us back anymore.
Indeed. Once my letterpress is up and running, the truth will come back to haunt Edvard. For your hospitality, please use my ship howsoever you may wish.
Now that sounds like good news.
Excellent. So we now have access to our first ship.
As to the debt, my hands are tied.
Ooh, it looks nice.
But it may warm Her Majesty's heart to see a new enterprise taking shape.
The Endeavor. I'm gonna leave this the name
Edvard
alone.
will
We could
try
change
to
the name
prevent
if we
us
wanted
owning
to,
a
though.
shipyard. But for now, let's at least house those workers.
Quite right. So we can actually start by upgrading our population to the next tier. So let's actually just get a little get the upgrade tool. You can see which ones are eligible. So the other ones are still kind of gaining their workforce. You need to hit 10 in order to upgrade. So the only thing you actually need are these 3 to get the resident population up. You don't actually need the happiness, but it's good to have all of it. We'll try to keep all of it good and constant. So I'm going to upgrade this block here.
A new milestone.
We got our worker houses here. Industrialization. We've unlocked a new tier of workforce, the workers. And we have some more things to dismantle.
With several passionate young reporters enlisted, our publishing house is already well underway.
Excellent.
Workers can handle stubborn debris on Ditchwater. If it's to be the center of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate.
Right you are, Hannah. It's kind of waiting to see if he was actually going to publish an article or not.
Our dream of a shipyard is impossible without plenty of qualified hands.
Yeah, I need more workers. So, first steps. I'm going to send my ship just to one of the corners just to get things explored. Actually, let's start by going to this upper corner, and then we'll just head down this map here. Just to kind of get things explored, to get this fog out of our way. And we have bricks as the next thing to get. Now, workers can get bricks, and bricks will let us do things like pave streets and build special buildings, etc., etc. There's also more stuff to unlock when we have more workers, namely the next chain, the next part of their chains.
Human rights.
You'll notice as well their needs. They have the same needs as the farmers, and that's very typical. Like the next tier up still requires the stuff of the previous tier a little bit, and then some extra stuff. So sausages, bread, soap, a school. They can get happiness from the schnapps and the pub that we have, but also from church and eventually beer. You'll notice as well, Ditchwater actually has a new set here where we can see the kind of things that this island has to offer. So we have potatoes, which we already knew because we were able to build potato fields, and grain fertility, which will allow us to make bread, and peppers, which is for a later tier. So the things that it doesn't have, we'll get to that when we want to expand, but not all islands are going to have everything on it. We do, however, have 3 clay pits, and that's going to be important because clay is what we use to make bricks. So I'm going to actually build a clay pit here. I'm going to clay pits are 30 seconds, and the bricks are 1 minute. So in order to produce, in order to fully use the clay pit, we want to have 2 brick factories. So let me just plan some out here. I'm going to do right along the coastline here. I'm going to also drop a warehouse. Can I fit this? I guess right here is fine. want to connect these up. And I also want to kind of bring this around. And then down here I want to connect it up. To go over rivers, it costs a little bit more. So this one's more money, 1,000, and more wood. It's 20 wood to connect this up. So I'm going to make sure we get that going. Get that workhouse there. And then the other thing is that I activated the brick factory, but we don't actually have the labor for it yet. And I'm watching this balance. We're getting kind of close to getting back down, but we're still positive for now. That's good. Let's upgrade one more set of workers. We have tons of farmers, not enough workers. So we're going to upgrade. Let's do
section is
2.
sure to grow along with your city. We are fine-tuning
There we go.
the first issue as we speak.
Excellent. Can I pick up any more of this? A lot of wood that we left.
Father's fortitude. These people will follow you as they once followed him.
Just kind of grabbing, get the
You
bricks.
reached a new milestone.
Yeah, new milestone reached. Port Sound. We are jamming. We're getting in there. Okay, let's get that cleared. I think we can clear this
Your
now.
worthless rags have barely covered anything. Now, bring me sails. It's not like you have any use for them.
That's harsh.
Clearly, Uncle's intention is to keep us from ever owning a shipyard.
Don't worry, we'll get one eventually. So this one's actually interesting. Right now, this is delayed because there's too many people going to this warehouse at once. There's only a certain number of loading ramps we can have access to, and everyone else has to wait. We can eventually upgrade this. It requires 20 brick to do this. But honestly, with this one, I don't actually care that much because we're doing fine on timber. Like, these guys usually aren't doing anything in that warehouse. But it is something to keep an eye on for later. Ooh. Hey, Archibald Blake. He's come here to kind of trade with us. We haven't actually sold anything yet. So, eventually we might set some selling options here. We can also upgrade our harbor to contain more stuff. Do I want to do that yet? Well, I do have one of these factories going, and actually I want the other one to go as well. This will start getting us more bricks. So, let's actually upgrade that. So you can see our total number has gone up. So now we have a storage capacity of, I believe it's 150? Is that right? Looks right. And here is the first island that we found. It has grain, fur, grape, and then a few resources here. Not a bad island, but not necessarily what we're looking for. Let's head to the bottom corner and try to hit stuff kind of along this route here and see what we can find. You can also, if you want to be more active with this, if you pan the camera down, for instance, we can actually like see like this right here is an island. It's a little small one, but there's one in the distance there, and you can actually start to like map out where you want to go based on what you see. That's one way to do it. I don't want to be too like hands-on with this though. Here's a small little island. It's got 3 clay pits, hops. We might actually settle that just to settle it. We can also, you can also see like there was an option to build there. I do not actually have any of the stuff to build yet. Eventually we'll get there. So I just want to travel. Is there an island around here that I want to hit? Yeah, let's just travel to like here. Cool. Excellent. So, we're actually doing pretty well. We're actually making money. It's still going down a bit because I'm buying things, and every time I buy a building, it costs me money. But eventually, this will start getting us more money. We'll go up and up and up. So, what is the next step here? Well, workers are doing okay for now, but they now need sausages and bread. None of these are being produced yet. So, let's see. Oh, and I think there's also bricks. Bricks. Anything else? Bricks here. Let's see here. Got tons of bricks coming in. All right. let's see, what do I want to do? So I had a plan actually for a pretty cool area I wanted to build. I think I did it right around here. It was like, nope. Let's demolish that. House. I think it was something like this. And then what I kind of wanted to do was have like a little road that kind of goes in here a bit. See how that looks so far, and actually let's move this up one. Come across like that. Actually, that was up two, wasn't it? I want to be up one from here. And we can actually try to fit some stuff in here. So what I would like to do is kind of fit another Schnapp place in here. So maybe like here. We kind of like fit this in a little bit like that. Actually, can we get that right there? I'm just kind of messing around with some of the blueprinting here, and actually, if I move this over, I might actually be able to fit in a second one here, which would be kind of nice as well. I think it's only 2 on this one, right? 3. Oops. Let's do it. Let's do it like this. And then we can take this one, kind of fill in this box. How close am I? 60 out of 72. We can maybe remove this residence here. See if we can fit this in. Again, all this is done in blueprint mode, which is convenient because now I don't have to like worry about it too much. Actually, what we could do, I wonder if will both the distilleries fit in here? They will. So this will be a little farming area for them. I want to make sure that they can get out to a warehouse though, and I think this one might just be too far away. We could actually see though if we put this road in. And again, even putting the roads in is costing me money, so I do have to be careful as I do this. Just want to make sure I'm looking at this balance and it's staying positive. If I do this, can we make it? We can. Awesome. So I'm going to also build this one. Just to make sure I have like an idea of what I want to do. And I'm also, it's not bad to like get more of something. In order to see how much you need though, if you open this production tab, we can actually see for ditchwater. I am making, this is the how much I'm making, and the top bar is how much my island needs. So bottom bar, I'm actually making less than I need for the wood, but I also have so much wood I don't care about that as much. More importantly are the consumer goods, because this is what's going to be important for my actual workforce. Looks like we're actually not producing the full potential of our clothes, and so we're actually behind on clothes. If this bar is ever more than that, we have a problem. So looks like supply demands. I think the supply looks okay, but the demand's getting a little high, so we might want to just build another clothing factory. You can see right there the demand jumped up above what I'm actually producing here. So we're probably going to need one more of those, and then we also want to get to these sausages. So let's set that up here. I have it ready to go, I just haven't activated them, so Let's activate
Wake
them.
me up when you're ready.
There you go. How are we doing on fish? We're okay for now. We might have to activate one soon. Now, the problem is this balance is fluctuating a bit now. Finance. We can see on the residents, the farmers are kind of going up and down a little bit, and that's because I think they just lost a little bit of their clothes, but they're getting it back. Or the schnapps, actually. But they're getting the schnapps back now. So eventually that'll fix a little bit, but we're actually getting really close to this balance again. So we're going to have to build more farmers and workers to sustain that. So let's actually do this. Oh, is that off by one? Oh well, I can leave it there. It's fine. Let's actually build these houses. Building houses is nice because it doesn't require maintenance. It just gives you income. So really, you just have to keep an eye on the production here. So like, I need to enable one more fishery, and then everything else should be okay. We can also see things like, for instance, schnapps. I was actually underproducing my potatoes just a minute ago, but now I'm good on that. So that's good. That's because this wasn't connected yet. Alright, so let's activate one more fishery just to make sure we have enough there. And hopefully this balance will go down and down and down. Again, we don't have much. What do we got here? A couple islands? Little small dinky islands along the way. Nothing big. Let's keep going, and let's actually go right in here. This is a big island, but I think this one's actually owned. We'll see in a bit. I want to see what's there.
Fields might help.
Ah! Fields might help. So it didn't actually build the fields. There we go. That could have been bad. Yeah, our work clothes went down. We're still making more profit, but we actually lost a bit because the work clothes weren't actually being produced. And let's actually increase this. So, actually, 550. A little bit more maintenance, but it'll help with all these different factories. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are all going into here at once. So hopefully that'll help out a little bit with that. And again, we're dropping again because this went way down when we were only building one work close. Kind of messed that one up. Oh, a lot of fine-tuned balancing with this. We could probably... I wonder if we should upgrade first, because they actually make more money on schnapps than I think farmers do. So you can see farmers have 3 coins maximum on the schnapps, but the workers actually have 6. So having more workers will actually pay us more. But we have to kind of balance this out with how much we're actually using versus how much we need. So for instance, there's 100 workforce of jobs right now, and I have 162 workers. So got to balance that out a little bit. Are you not full up with storage? They're trying. Oh, interesting. It's actually bringing me back the potatoes because it was full. This is supposed to go right into there, but it's being weird. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so I want to actually build... I want to get some production chains for sausages going, and then of course for bread. So for this, I want to have a pig farm, and I want to see if I build this here, what does it look like? do it right there. These are a little weird tiling wise, so I want to see if I can fit them for... Interesting. Almost. I'm also conscious of the fact that I'm going to want to have silos for these as well. And silos will increase the production of them, but they'll take basically this kind of slot. So if I put it, for instance, like there, that's where the silo would go. This would be the gap I need for it. So let's actually just do this. To there. We can copy this. Put another one here. That'll give us 2 there. This will let us have a road going right in front of them. So kind of use this space a little bit. Have another resident there. And then we also want to produce our sausages. So we're getting a little far away from this warehouse. I think I'm going to drop another one. And actually, I'm going to put it on this bar here because it's a little easier to reach. Let's put this warehouse right on this corner. And we'll have the sausages coming off of this warehouse, maybe here and here. Excellent. We're back to positive, but again, every time I put money down, we're losing money, so... Ooh, this is actually an unsettled island, but doesn't have what we need. Really big island, though. Kind of like it. I'm looking for hops, specifically. That'll let us make beer. Let's go to this island. Neat looking one. Alright. Alright, how are these with regards to workforce? So this one will take 30 farmers, and this one will take 50 workers, which we have. So let's actually build that, put this warehouse down so they don't have to go too far to this one. And that's actually fine, aside from the maintenance. It'll let us get more workforce. So this will actually let us get 3 more workers for every single building on here, which then means that they're paying more money and all the other stuff as well. So that's good. And then this also makes them pay coins. So hopefully that'll fix that. Again, we're not dealing with a lot. We don't have a lot of money here, so I want to be very careful about what I do. How's this island? No, still not what I'm looking for. It's good to see all these unoccupied islands, though. I think I'm probably going to head up that way. Just kind of get a good circle of my main island. And here we have found another
Emporium
one.
Exotique looks forward to your patronage, if you can afford it.
Here's Madame Kashina. She is really cool. She sells you a lot of cool items in the game. There's also a small island here. Ooh, this one has hops. It's very tiny. Interesting. Let's go to this one. See what's here. Ooh. Archibald Blake, looks like you have a quest for me.
Pull up your braces and thrust into the unknown.
Believe it or not, I used to have something of a wild streak. Once I even wagered a castle against a fellow and lost the rashness of youth. Better to do the honorable thing and build it now, though, don't you think? So he wants us to deliver some stuff for him.
Buckaroo.
Excellent. So we actually need to deliver him 26 tons of bricks, which is a lot of bricks, and I don't want to actually do that, but at the same time, I can't really afford not to. So, ooh, here's a island with hops. It's pretty big, too. This might be a good one to jump to. Excellent. Let's go into our ship here. Let's see what we got. So in order to settle an island, we need steel, wood, and I guess 0 influence, but eventually we need some influence. Archibald actually sells steel, so if we want to, we can buy it from him. Again, we don't have much money, so hopefully we can figure this out. I actually have enough bricks to do his quest, so let's head over there. How am I doing? Are we building this yet? We haven't gotten them delivered, so we're just about to get our first sausage here. Hopefully this will work out for us. We are really cutting it close here, though. I don't want to build too many buildings because this is going to cut into our expense. But we do also want to get bread coming in here. 60, 50, 20. I might just start building more, just a lot more housing over here. Just to really try to bump this number up over hitting this.
When will you show your
Oh, that's for the sales, that's right. I was like, can I just deliver the bricks right there? Not quite. Actually, if we're full on storage, let's actually turn these off. Let's let's do this. That'll save us a bit, just a bit. So I want to trade in here. Wait, I'm hearing music. What is this? That's it? Ah, there's a fire. I knew there was something. I was hearing the noise. I think they're taking care of it, but we have a fire station right here. There's already some people on the job.
Don't let it go to ash.
It's actually doing a pretty decent amount of damage to these buildings, but I think we'll save it. Gosh, the music's terrifying. We're on it, though. Alright, we want 26.
Yes, I already know who you are.
Oh, hello, Admiral
I'm
Vicente
Admiral
Silva.
Vicente Silva.
Vicente.
Vicente may seem
Oh.
cordial, but
He
his
just
is a
occupied this
rival
island.
empire.
Ooh, man, he's expanding.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Yeah, I see that. So he's gonna expand very fast because he's very high level AI, so he's probably gonna kick my butt. We'll see how it goes though. Oh my gosh, are you not done yet?
Some joy.
Here, let's get away from that fire. I did, Archibald. Thank you. Alright. Right as we go back into the positive balance. Excellent. Actually, do I want to
Sir
buy this now?
Archibald Blake, how may I serve? The royal seal upon it.
Is it 8 or 10? I can't remember if it's 8 or 10. I think it's 8. And then it's 10 wood. I'm just gonna grab this now. So let me settle an island. I might settle this one. I want to see what this island is here before I go nuts. This one's also a pretty big mountainy island. And we can also take these small ones eventually, but it's not really worth it taking the small ones right now. What do we got? Okay, we're good there. Were you done? We're done. You can turn the music off. We're good. We saved it. I want to... yeah, I want to... Well, what's this island? Ooh. Hops and fur. Hops and fur. These are like the same islands.
Is our future. Us filings.
This one has less coal, but has the other two.
rattle of the workers.
And more iron. I think this one's a better island, but is it smaller? I mean, it's kind of smaller. Do I care? I mean... I kind of want it. I want both of these, actually, to be fair. The only problem is that they don't have potatoes or grain, which means it's going to be really hard to get things going with those islands, because we don't have, for instance, we can't make bread, we can't make schnapps, but we can make beer, which is very important. And I want to clean this before anybody else does, just to kind of take it as my own. I saw this inlet, I wanted to see what it was. Yeah. You know, Do I want it? Let's take it. Alright, we got it. It's ours. We'll name the island later. We're going to leave it alone for now. I just wanted to make sure we had a secondary island to get going. Let us... We don't have very much balance. Let's make more housing first. I wanted to start making, like, bread farms and stuff like that, but we really need the housing for this income, because we are not making a lot of money right now, and we are really needing to do that. So I think maybe for this one, let's do that. Let's do that triple box thing. And I'm going to do another one. Let's just go up the line with this, like kind of make like the block houses are right here. That was too far, wasn't it? This is kind of cool. I do like these blocks. I just think that they're less interesting for these kind of houses, you know, as opposed to like the later game houses that actually connect to each other a little bit better. But it's fine. We can start with this. Get plenty of workforce, and also that means we could probably upgrade some more workers. And now that I'm doing all this upgrading, I want to double check my balances here. Schnapps is getting pushed a little bit, but that's a luxury. We're going to have to build another work close soon. And we've just unlocked soap, which is actually really good. Let's actually... I know we could just skip right to that. It requires some steel, but soap's actually very valuable in the old world. There is a trader who actually buys soap, and I think that might be worth checking out. I'm gonna actually go head this way.
No time.
Silos, key to animal husbandry. Agribusiness takes the spotlight. Animal farms around the world, all around the world, class silos is an essential. That's weird to read. Okay, animal farms all around the world class silos as an essential. Using smart distribution systems, fodder is stocked and easily fed to livestock, turning grazing into a faster process. Can't wait to see what the Exec Industries farms can achieve with the help of silos. Oh, they did the apostrophe S thing. How dare they?
I know you're busy, but I've a favour to ask.
Industries. Yeah. Excellent. So, silos are pretty cool. I mentioned that we set up some space intentionally over here and over here for silos. And here they are, right here. They store grain, and they increase the productivity of our farm. So if I put this silo here, see a perfect fit. I don't have the grain for it right now, but if I were to build this and put grain in it, I could produce at 200% capacity here, which means one of these could power 2 slaughterhouses. Or what I'm probably going to do is have one of these power that and getting soap up and running.
Tell me you are moral and
Hello.
not yet another crook-fingered wretch.
Eli Bleakworth. So this is the prison warden,
Mr.
Eli.
Bleakworth is a cowled hawk, so unseeing and unhearing, you'd think he'd have learned to feel.
That's rude. Anyone else have anything to say to him? But this guy sells soap, or he buys soap for 384 a ton. So if we can overproduce this, we can actually make some money off of there. And that might be how I get kind of out of this very low range. So I'm going to want to do this pretty quick here. Resident quest. Always the same with Old Harold.
Could they be even better?
He arranged to protest on the 19th, but he goes out on the 9th all on his own. Oh man, please shut him up. I will do that. So Harold is going to be walking the streets carrying a placard. So let's go find him. This can be kind of hard to find. Oh. Or not. There he is. Harold. You got the wrong day, buddy.
Not bad for a big boss.
Ooh, nice. So if I equip this in a trade union, the workforce required for the slaughterhouse goes down by 20%. All right, so trade unions are kind of cool. They allow you to increase productivity around places. So if I place this, for instance, like here, my slaughterhouse, I can reduce the workforce by 20%. That's not too much, so I don't think I'm going to worry about it yet, but that's something to consider. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let us take this old boat and let's go, I don't know, here. Just randomly pick somewhere on the map, have it explore a bit more, and I'm going to build my first grain farm. And I think I want to do it... I want to start building up in here a little bit more and kind of leave this area for city growth. So maybe the city is going to be like here. And then the farms can be like here. So maybe the grain farm starts
so
like...
lovely to meet you, dearie. But a word of advice. Always watch your back.
Kind of want to have this along the water because I think it looks kind of cool. So you have it like this. Ooh, bison. That's awesome. But I don't have hunting. That's so lame. They're right there. So here's a grain farm. To make bread, you'd need flour mill and bread and bakery. One grain farm. Flour can be processed twice speed, so 2 grain farms can actually go into 1 flour mill, and then 1 bakery per grain farm. We also want 1 grain farm for the silos themselves. So I believe it's 1 grain farm can power 5 silos. So I think I want just 2 for now. Just build it like this. Let me make sure we cover as much of this as we can. I'm gonna go this way. Excellent. And I want to do this like kind of top to bottom so that I cover as much of it as I can with like leaving this spot open. And let's actually grab, let's see. Oh, did I? I did. Well, okay, let's actually make these balance out a bit more. Why not? It was actually a mistake, but why not turn the mistake into success? Let's see what I got here. What I have to work with. So there. Nice. That's cool. Alright, let's do, if I put a flour mill here, if I put one here, both of these are going to feed into it, and I don't necessarily want to do that yet.
A competitor raised a settlement.
It's actually a little tricky. Does this fit in between? Oh, that'd be cool if that actually fit, like, right in between. No gaps. Bakery, probably. If I do the sideways bakeries. That actually does look pretty cool. I'm gonna do the grain farm for the silos a little closer, I think, just so that it doesn't interfere with that mill. It's kind of annoying me, but do that real quick. A little connection here. I just wanted to leave a little gap in case we want to put stuff there. Not like buildings, but like decorations. I could put it right against it, but I don't really care. Let's build this silo. And this will start getting grain there. Let us also kind of construct this thing. But I'm not going to build all of this yet. I think I'm going to build one grain farm, one flour mill, one bakery. We're still good on workforce, still good on balance. And I need to connect this to a road. So I think something like that. Now this actually doesn't need to connect to a road because it can be fed straight from here. But this would need to connect to a warehouse the other way. Also, is this too far from this warehouse? Might also just want to put another warehouse like up here because I'm gonna need it eventually, right? So like I would want this to not interfere with like all of this stuff. There'd be too much loading and unloading, and that would slow down production a lot, and that'd be not ideal. So let's just do that while we get producing. All right.
Proper job.
Thank you. I try. I really do. All right. So I think the last thing I want to do in this episode is just kind of build, like, get the materials to build that that soap factory. I'm getting very low in coins though. Maybe I shouldn't have put down this island. It's not costing me anything to have this island, but it did cost me to buy it, so that's an issue. You can actually see in the revenue tab, like Raven Road, which we'll rename, is 0 income. Alright. Well, I think I actually might wrap it up here. So, right now, we're going to come back and get steel beams with what little money we have. We're going to get 8. We're going to come over here. We're going to build... I'll put these down. Oh, thanks, man. I'm trying. We want 1 tallow works into 2 soap factories. So, 1 pig, 1 tallow. 30 seconds on soap means 2 soap works. So what I want to do here is do pig into tallow, or no, sorry, 1 tallow. I always get this backwards. 1 tallow into 2 soap works. Boom, boom. And this will let us expand the tallow a little bit more when we get this one in, and we can get basically 1 of these into 2, 1 of these into 4.
Shining the lamp
Should be
of his
amazing.
anarchy
Ooh.
into the dark, plague-ridden crevices of state.
Well, hello, Mercy.
Think of them not as possessions,
over here.
but as tools.
Oh, is this your 2nd island already?
A
Jeez.
competitor
Oh,
raised a settlement.
he has such a good island. Lame. It has potatoes. That's why I think it's better. Because this one can't produce its own potatoes, and neither can this one. But these ones don't have hops, so it's kind of a pick your poison kind of thing at that point. Alright, well, we're going to get to that in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. I might just build it off screen just to have it built. Yeah, don't worry about the grain run slow. But for now, I think we're doing alright. And we're still staying in the positive balance, and that's good. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Signing out.